Take care, folks. Folks ready for a show?
Yeah.
I said, are you ready? Gunfight! All right, a couple of things before we get started, folks. First things first. Please, at no point during or after the presentation, try to handle our weapons. They are real. They are dangerous. Now, with all the safety talk out of the way, who's got a cell phone with them today? Raise your hand. Throw it up in the air for me, ma'am. Go ahead. Put those things on quiet. Chuck them over the wall. They make a lot of noise. They bother people. Who's got small children with them today? Raise your hand. Anyone want to throw them up in the air? Go ahead. If they get to talking, fussing, cussing, or crying, you can take them outside, sit at the bench. You'll see the show in its entirety. Won't bother the people around you. Last thing we need to discuss before we get started, folks, is this is an audience participation show. What that means is, when you see the good guys, they're dapper gentlemen, dressed like myself, we want you to cheer for us every single time we enter or exit the stage. On the other hand, when you see the bad guys, they look like dirty, smelly cowboys. We want you to boo them every time they enter or exit the stage. Simple enough, right? Yeah. That was convincing. Let's give this a try, folks, all together. Good guys! Yeah. Bad guys! Yeah. Good guys! Yeah. Are you folks ready for a gunfight? Yeah. Are you ready for a killing? Yeah. People are sick. Sit tight, folks. That show will begin in about 45 minutes. Relax. Enjoy the weather. Quieter after all this time.
It's good to see you, Doc. Now tell me, how was your time in Tucson?
Oh, the festival was a bust, if you must know. Plenty of money to be had, but none of it rubbed off on me, you see. But enough about me. How is respectable business treating you?
Doc, Tombstone's the place to be. You know, it's almost as if you could reach out and pluck the money right off the trees around here.
Now, you said that same thing about Dodge City, Wyatt.
It's different this time. You see, I'm through risking my neck. I'm strictly on the up and up.
That is until the elections are over, isn't that right?
Guess you've heard of my intentions.
I can already picture it. Wyatt Earp, County Sheriff. You have not changed at all.
That may be the case, but Doc, there is something important we need to talk about.
Go on.
Well, it's Frank McClowry. He's on the warpath again, and this time he's gunning for you. Well, he's got it in his head. You've been going around town telling people all about this Benson stage holdup.
What if I have? Frank is a no-good, yellow-bellied snake in the grass, rolling over on his friends like that, and for what? Some blood money from Wells Fargo?
I made that deal with Frank. He'd get the money, I'd get the glory. Now that deal was supposed to help me come election time. Does that make me a yellow-bellied snake in the grass?
No, Wyatt. You wear a badge and carry a gun. That makes you a politician. Frank has no such excuse. A man who would sell out his own friends like that, he's got no business living.
I would appreciate it if you minded your business where this is concerned, Doc.
If Frank comes my way, it becomes my business, Wyatt. And you and I both know I handle my business the proper way.
We don't need this. Us Earps are doing real well here in Tombstone. See that Oriental? Well, it's a gold mine. Virgil's already town marshal, and I am well on my way to becoming county sheriff. Look, Doc, we don't need anything to interfere with that.
Very well, Wyatt. I will not be the one to upset your little plans.
That's all I'm asking.
Now enough of this talk. It's high time you showed me to your best bottle of whiskey.
Certainly. Right this way, Doc. Now tell me, are you still drinking that old overhaul?
Oh, you know me too well, Wyatt. I hope you got enough this time.
Got a bottle or two in the back with your name on it.
2 bottles, Wyatt. I'm an alcoholic. That's not going to be enough.
Throwing us out of it like that. After all that money we spent, you know, I have half a mind says we go back down there. We show them who's boss.
We're not going back to the All Harbor, Frank. That's just trouble we don't need.
What I need is another drink. By the looks of you, I could use one too. Come on.
Don't you think you had enough for now?
Had enough? Boy, I'm just getting started. You quit trying to rope me in. Ain't even loaded. Look. You're buying.
Yes.
Come on. Barkeep! Barkeep, whiskey!
Easy, easy. I'm here.
Morgan Earp, huh? How many Earps is there in Tombstone now? 10? 20?
There's 5. More than enough for the likes of you boys.
What is that supposed to mean?
What do you want it to mean? Hey, sit 'em down now, boys.
Well, Doc Holliday, the lunger. He's probably going into town spreading more lies about me.
I do believe I've only ever told the truth about you, Frank.
Keep it that way.
You're a drunken fool.
Hey! We don't need this.
It's not to worry, Tom. Nothing will come of this. You see, your brother talks. And he talks. But he never does back up any of those threats. No, sir, he is just a coward.
You mind your words, Lunger. I will kill you.
Now I'm through with your words, right? You threatened me. You threatened them Earth boys, and I'm sick of hearing it. What do you say we settle this little blood feud here and now?
Don't say that we do. What are you doing with my gun? You get that back right now.
What's it gonna
can't
be
shoot
there,
without-
Frank?
As you can see, I ain't rightly fixed for a gunfight now. If I were, I'd...
Doc,
Where'd you get that?
I ought to kill you anyway. Do this whole town a favor.
Hold on.
It would be real easy, too.
All right, that's enough.
You
Clear out
You
here.
pulled this gun on me.
This gun you wanted?
Enough. I said clear out before you get more fight than you can handle. Tom, check that gun. It's your responsibility.
Well, Morgan, that was fun.
You got a strange idea of fun, Doc.
Perhaps. Farewell, Mr. Earp. I find myself suddenly bored.
Yeah. He's got feelings too, you know. Quieter! You get on out here. I want to have words with you.
What do you want, Frank?
I want you to take a message to your pal Holiday.
I don't got time for that.
You're gonna tell him he's got a fight coming.
Frank, I'm an officer of the law. I want to hear that kind of talk.
What about you, Wyatt?
I'm not gonna fight you, Frank.
Of course.
There's no money in it.
Money. Well, then I reckon it's about time we fetch all this fighting talk to a close anyhow. You boys see your pal Holiday, you tell him I'll be waiting for him. Well, actually, I'll be waiting for all of you to come back.
He'll change his mind as soon as that hangover sets in.
You know, Wyatt, if we're lucky, he'll go somewhere and pass out and forget about the whole thing.
Now, Virgil,
Huh?
when has our luck ever been that good?
Never.
Holiday, get on out here. got all day. All right, I'm gonna give you the count of 10 to get on out here and face me. Housekeeping. Come on, Munger. I don't have all day. What?
You looking for somebody, McClary?
I was looking for your pal Holiday. And I see you two any sooner, I shot y'all first.
Sorry to disappoint you there, Frank. Morgan, hold him at the jail. I'm gonna find Judge Wallace.
Wow, that hurts.
Come on, Frank, you know the way.
Morgan there, bud. You know, if I had me my gun back, I'd pick a fight with you and your holer Barbie.
You want to fight? Why don't you take it? Morgan! Frank's been threatening my family for months. He'd be right to gun you down. He's not gonna do it, but he would be right. Morgan, get him inside. Get that bottle away from him.
It's empty anyways. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Hey, White! You heard what your pal Holiday did to Frank earlier? Listen, I was a fool when he's drunk, but y'all had no call roughing him up like that.
He's been carrying guns around town and making threats. Hell, that boy's lucky to still be alive.
Who do you think you are? Some Dodge City pimp come down here and tell us how to live?
Tom, where's Frank?
He got himself thrown in jail again.
That's his problem.
His problem? You've seen how Doc and them no-good Earth's been treating him.
He just said where we go. Gets a few drinks in him. These are your whippets waiting wildcats. I'm sick of it.
He's my brother, Clinton. If you're not gonna back his play every single time, why do we even keep you around then?
What if he's wrong? It gets us killed.
So what?
Hands off me!
Frank had his fun. Paid his fine. He's free to go. I want you to get him out of here and let everything settle down. You know, as a matter of fact, I don't want to see any more cowboys the rest of the day.
Now, Earth, you ain't got no business talking to us like that.
I'll talk to you any way I please. I'm the law in this town. You're nothing but stage robbers and horse thieves. Sheriff Behan might not care what goes on between here and the border. I do.
Behan, you want to stand up there and preach to us about Sheriff Behan? I'll tell you something about him. He's a smart man. Leaves us alone. You know, he may even find himself living a nice, long, happy life. Unlike some folks around here.
That you threatening us, Frank?
No, Morgan. I don't make threats. When I say a man dies, he dies.
That's enough! I have dealt with men like you my whole life, Frank. You don't scare me. I'll go down to Charleston and down to San Simon. I will fight you and every single man in your gang. But if you touch my family, I will kill you.
That's tough talk. That's real tough talk. Just a shame it's coming from a dead man. You know, you boys had your chance. Tried to run us all out of town. Look around yourselves. Still here. We ain't going nowhere near there. This all ends today. I'm done talking. Let's go, boys.
stagecoach robbers?
But we are horse thieves.
Bill! Nobody likes you.
Yeah.
So what do we do now?
Well, Bill, when the Earps get here, we're gonna take care of them. How's that sound?
We're not gonna kill him, right?
No, Billy, nothing violent like that, all right? We're gonna head on over to the epitaph, put an angry letter in the paper to them Earps.
What?
With a big, black, fancy border. And then we're gonna kill him, you idiot.
There you go.
What's wrong with you?
We could leave right now.
We'll leave when we're done, Billy.
You cowboys been looking for a fight? Now you've got one.
Throw up your hands. I want your guns. Pull us out of us!
Round left for you.
Blaze away, Frank. You're a daisy if you do. You're no daisy at all.
I see one. Give me
Sorry, kid. Frank McLowry, dead. Tom McLowry, dead. 19-year-old Billy Clanton, dead. That was it. Over before it ever started. 2 months after this gunfight, Virgil Earp was ambushed outside the Crystal Palace Saloon. 3 shotguns went off, but he still refused to die. Crippled up pretty bad, Virgil wandered the West until death found him in Nevada in 1905. Not as lucky was Wyatt's kid brother Morgan. He was shot in the back and killed playing a game of pool up on Allen Street. Morgan died at midnight, March 19, 1882, his brother Wyatt's birthday. Now in 1887, the year this whole town began to fall apart, after a lifetime of drinking and smoking, well, tuberculosis caught up with yours truly up in Colorado. I don't care to talk about it. Wyatt Earp was the last man standing out of all this. He'd spend his days traveling. Wyatt made his way from Idaho to Alaska, finally ending in Jazz Age Hollywood, searching for another tombstone and the chance to get things right again. He never would find it. When Wyatt died in Los Angeles in 1929, just ahead of his 81st birthday, his final words? Suppose. And that, folks, is our show. We hope you enjoyed it. First up, if you'd like to come down onto the set, get some pictures of the actors, we invite you to do so, because this is as good as we're going to look all day. Please be advised, though, social distancing is still in effect. We ask that you come no closer than 6 feet for a photo. And if you have any questions about what you just saw or the history of this town, feel free to come on down and ask us. We're a lot more reliable than this Val Kilmer person I keep hearing about. And lastly, as you folks exit, you're going to come across a cowboy. He'll be out there collecting for a charity that we hold near and dear to all of our hearts here at the OK Corral. That is the Starving Actors Fund. You laugh, it's a real thing. Please be generous, folks. All of those proceeds go towards ramen noodles and some much-needed acting lessons. Thank you for coming to the OK Corral. Enjoy your day in Tombstone.